Good afternoon, Canucks fans. Hope you're doing well. How does it feel? A couple days after, not even a couple, is it a couple days? Couple days after the Quinn Hughes trade, we've got our first game, and we're going to do first impressions about the three new additions from the Minnesota Wild. But this is also going to be the Canucks Devils post-game show, and I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're watching this right now live, and you can dive into the live chat, and or can you, I don't know why I laughed there. I was thinking about something I'm going to add here. So, or you can post on this later, but I don't know about you, but you know, the future has been pretty dark in Vancouver. Actually, I should say the present. The present has been pretty dark here. We're not happy about what's happened. We're not thrilled. It has been a disaster of a season. Last place, all the injuries, all the problems, all the gambles by management, and the injuries on top of those gambles have been horrible. And then all the trade rumors and the potential of losing Quinn Hughes. And it's like worst case scenario. And we're all upset, and we're going to burn this thing to the ground, and everyone wants a full rebuild, and everyone wants to tank, and everyone wants to fire everyone. And that's how it started. But then management goes and trades our best player, possibly of all time, but probably not. Quinn Hughes, and all of a sudden the first game happens, and we're like, hey, maybe they know what they're talking about. Maybe this is a good trade. I know many of you, I shouldn't say many, some of you said this was really good return for Quinn Hughes, especially with the potential of Quinn being a rental player for a year and a half or a year for Minnesota. Minnesota fans keep coming in my comments, and which is fine, and I like having you here, and you're convinced that Quinn Hughes is going to stay, and you should be. Like, that's what I made so many videos that Quinn's staying, he's going to extend, he wants to stay in Vancouver, he's a captain, blah, blah, blah. He's going to make millions and millions and millions of dollars, and next thing you know, he's gone. And so now the Quinn Hughes jersey's gone, the Pavel Bure one's back up on the wall. Yeah, so here we are, everyone. Did not see, well, I knew it was possible, but did not see this coming. But this game was pretty good. Like let's just talk about that real quick. But maybe before we do that, maybe we'll just talk quickly about the three newest additions from the Minnesota Wild, because the Canucks come in and win 2-1 in New Jersey. Okay, this is the only thing I was thinking about. I would have preferred the Canucks to trade with the New Jersey Devils, just because today would have been so cool. It's like first game Quinn Hughes is playing, and whoever we got from them is playing for us. Nemec is out now. I think that was one of the key guys that was supposed to be in. Mercer, I saw on the lines that he's a first line right winger. He's not even playing center. And that was the other name that was coming across. Hamilton makes a killing amount of my $9 million potentially there. Heischer was never coming to Vancouver. But we walk into New Jersey, into devil country, into the depths of hell, okay? And we come out with a W. Like, what in the world? What in the hell it just happened in New Jersey? That's exactly what everyone's thinking. Like, we won And the young guys come to play. I mean, they're young. They're trying to get other contracts. They're working hard. This depleted team, like look at this roster, everyone. This is nasty, right? And they just went and beat the New Jersey Devils at home. So you have no Pettersson in the lineup, okay? You've got Rossi as the number 1C, Kempf, O'Connor, who's not a center, is playing center, and Sasson is there at the fourth line. Now, when I look at these lines, I actually like how even they were and how all that kind of stuff. But like, man, this is a small team. You know, Marcus Pettersson replaces Hughes on that top left-hand side. Buium is sitting there and playing with Myers. I like that. And I loved how they put DPD and Verlander on that third pairing. And then you have Demko and Lankin in that. I mean, not too bad. You know what I mean? I mean, the forwards, like the centers are terrible, but it's better, right? This lineup's better with this trade at the moment than without. Like, if you just pretend like Quinn Hughes got injured and we added these three guys, I mean, you'd be pretty excited about this roster, wouldn't you? Now, granted, we only scored 2 goals, and they both came in the first period. But when you look at these 3 guys today, could you have asked for a better debut? They all looked fantastic. I absolutely loved watching them play. And you know what? I was at that stage where I didn't want to watch Canuck games anymore. Like, I understand as fans, we get emotional, right? We go on the roller. I told everyone before the season started, it's going to be a roller coaster year of emotions. It's going to be up and down and sideways, and we're going to do some spins, and we might even do a loop-de-loop every once in a while, and that's what we did here. And here we are, and people are tuning in, and that is one of the it's bad for business when everyone's terrible. But there's so much to talk about when it comes to this team. But the big question is this, and I'm going to write it down right here for to do that. Are you afraid that the Canucks are going to be in the mushy middle at the end of the season and not in the bottom 5? Okay, that's what you can post in the comments right now as I put it. Are you afraid the Canucks are going to end up in the mushy middle instead of getting a top 5 draft pick? Okay, we're putting it on here right now. I'm putting it on here right now. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I really liked what I saw in Rossi today. I really like what I saw in him. Like, absolutely. Like, I get why the Canucks wanted him. I don't know if you watched the whole game or whatever, but during the broadcast, actually it was during one of the intermissions, the commentator had said, if you looked at Rossi's last numbers in the CHL, he ripped it up. It's like he had like something like 120 points or something like that. It was crazy. It's crazy. Like, this kid has talent, okay? I know he's from Austria. I know he doesn't have huge size. I know everyone's concerned. Like, when it comes to playoffs, you got Pettersson, Rossi, and then you got Coots as your third guy eventually. I mean, that's not bad. It's not dominant. It's not big boys. It's like even like an Adam Lowry from Winnipeg. You know, the guys I'm talking about have more quote unquote skill, but Lowry's got the size and strength and veteran presence. You know, he's a third line center in Winnipeg, and like when you think about going into the playoffs against Scheifele and Lowry and those types of players, you get nervous, don't you? And then the defensemen nowadays on some of these teams are just huge. I mean, look at let's use Vegas for example. I mean, they've got some big boys back there. I mean, there's a number of teams. You know, like, I mean, you can name whoever, Colorado or whoever you want to talk about, Dallas. There's some big bullies out there, and That's the biggest concern, right? If you're looking at it going forward, but as of today, the Canucks go into New Jersey and get the 2-1 win, and it's absolutely insane. And if you think about it, Ogren, okay, for example, he's played 19 NHL games. He has 0 points. That's definitely concerning. But what I saw today was a guy who wasn't afraid of being physical, a guy who went and shot the puck, a guy who looked like he belonged, is playing on the fourth line. So it's like, I don't know what you were going to expect from him. Apparently he played on the same line in Team Sweden with Leckermäki. So then there's Carlson and him and Leckermäki. And I mean, this young line's trying to create some chemistry there. And so that's where we're at, right? And I just felt like, okay, like, I mean, it's a Drew O'Connor kind of feel. Ogren, I'm not expecting Ogren to come and score, 40 goals in a season. I'm thinking he's going to get between 10 to 20 goals in a season, and I'll be happy with that. But maybe he's not. Maybe he's the 5-goal guy. I don't know. But as long as he plays good defensively, he's physical, I'm very happy with that. But I'm not expecting a ton. Now, he could develop and grow into something really amazing. And I mean, some people take time. It just, some people blossom differently, right? So I want to be careful in what I say here, because I don't want to poo-poo on this guy before he starts he's just started his career. Speaking of people, people have been coming into my comments, a couple people, it's not very many of you, there's only a couple, but man, there's some people that kind of come and they want to really, they're not positive. They're just always negative towards my content. I'm like, hey, I got a view, and I don't know why you want to watch content that you don't never agree with, but like you say, so you were wrong about the trade already. I'm like, okay, can we just be honest? Like if we're honest, okay, we're talking about one good period that we had with the new boys. I mean, a good game overall, but it's not like, oh, I told you, you were wrong about the trade. I'm like, I hope I'm wrong about the trade. I hate every single trade the Canucks do. And they're like, I had people say, oh, I can tell you're so casual. You don't know what you're talking about. Listen. I have never, ever, ever claimed that I'm the smartest hockey mind in the business. Okay. I literally love this team. I love talking sports. And at the end of the day, this is funny. I just bought a microphone and a camera and a light. That's it. And I pay for a streaming service. That's it. So this idea that you're coming into watching my content to thinking I played in the NHL or in the major juniors or in the CHL, wherever, even when I say that, it shows me about it. I'm not that guy. I'm not claiming to be the smartest guy in the room. But what I am definitely saying is that if you like Canucks content that is passionate, realistic, and honest, you should be hitting the like and subscribe, because I love having Canuck conversations with you. And I just think of people who come into my comments and they criticize me all the time. Okay, I can be wrong, but I'm right a lot too. And I always think, man, maybe you guys that are the biggest critics, you guys should go in and start your own channel. You have no idea how hard it is to make a channel be successful. But I'm not complaining. Thank you for your view. I get it. Some people just like to be negative. I get that. But if you like passionate, realistic, and honest Canucks content, hit the like. Sorry, I just went on a huge rant on there. I'm supposed to be talking about the 3 guys, the 3 newest additions. Okay, I'm going back. Okay, let's talk about Buium. Okay, Buium stole the show. He stole the show. Comes in first day, lots of pressure on him, and he just goes and plays. He looks like he belongs. I saw a Locked On Wild guy talking about how he cannot believe that Buium was in the deal. It's like, I don't know. This just in, my buddy. I don't know you at all, but I mean, I know you do content. You work really hard at it. This just in, if you want to get something elite, you have to give up good players. In order to get great talent, you got to give up good talent. This just is what it is. This kid looks good. I have not seen a lot of Minnesota Wild games. I mean, as a Canucks fan, raise your hand right now if you watch a ton of Minnesota Wild games. Not me. Man, I've got lots going on in my life. I have a wonderful wife and kids, and I coach my son's basketball team, and I run this channel, and I also run my NFL channel, RevTrev NFL, do tons and tons of Packers content. Like, I'm running 2 channels, okay? The idea that I'm going to watch every single other team's game, like even watching all the highlights is a lot of work for me, right? I'm a Canucks fan, and so I know things about it. I'm in hockey pools. I know the league, but I don't sit there and watch a ton of Minnesota Wild games. I don't. But I did fly into Chicago and went on an epic trip. And I went to a Milwaukee Bucks Bulls game in Milwaukee. I went to a Minnesota Vikings Ravens game in Minneapolis. That evening, I went to St. Paul and watched the Minnesota Wild shut out the lame Flames 2-0. Okay. And I went to my Packers and watched the Eagles Packers Monday Nighter. Okay. So it was in the building of the Minnesota Wild. And I'll tell you right now, when I watched that game, and I was very excited to be there to watch Kaprizov, because I am a huge fan of Kaprizov. Like, no, I shouldn't say huge fan. I like him as a hockey player. I have him in one of my hockey pools. I've got his rookie card. Okay. So I like this guy. Okay. In saying that, there was nothing about either team that I was like, wow, these teams are good. I was like, these 2 teams are really struggling. They're really struggling. I like Kaprizov. I loved watching Boldy. I hated watching everything about the Flames because I can't stand them. Okay. And I remember there's this one kid that was pretty good. I was like thinking, man, they have a pretty good defensive core. And Buium was one of the guys that I was like, who is that kid? He was good, but he wasn't great. But I kept thinking, man, it would be they look like they're having a better defensive core. And they had started their backup, who now has 4 or 5 shutouts this year. So he is fantastic. Okay. He is fantastic. But this is where we're at. It's not like everyone was like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, he's a good player. Like, end of story, right? So there's this kid comes out in his first game and on the power play gets an assist and gets a goal. Now, the goal, if we're honest, he shot it off of Brendan Dillon, hometown Vancouver Canucks. Okay, that's where he's from. Shoots it off of him. He was not planning on shooting it off of him. I would assume. Maybe he did. I doubt it. Shoots it off of Dillon and scores. It's not like he sniped it top shelf or anything like that. But you know what? It counts. So it's a beautiful, and no, not even it was a second assist. And DeBrusk did all the heavy lifting and scores the goal, gets that monkey off of his back. And I like what I saw in Buium. Okay. So Buium was very good in his debut, but it's not like he was Quinn Hughes, guys. But in saying that, he's young, he's going to develop, and I like that he had a good first game. And if you look at his stats, if we're talking about most points by a rookie defenseman, Buium is at 16. Buium's at 16. That's pretty good. 16 points after today. And I mean, Schaefer is a stud. We were trying to make a trade with the New Jersey Devils and sending Alex Exel sending Pelika. That was one of the guys I was hoping that we may land. But the only thing is sending Pelika is a right-handed shot defenseman. Buium is a guy who is the left-handed shot defenseman that they want to replace Quinn Hughes with. The Quinn Hughes and Buium are totally two different players. But man, if we could get anything close to Quinn, that would be awesome. Some people have compared Buium to Cale Makar, which is insane to think about. But I like this kid. And my friend Kimo came into the comments of, I posted a whole bunch of stuff on TikTok and all that stuff. YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. And my friend Kimo comes in and says, doesn't Buium look like a young Rick Tocchet? I'm like, what? Mind blown. Yeah, totally does. Totally does. But he's second in points as a rookie defenseman. I'm happy with this guy. Okay. So let's go back to here. And then Rossi, let's just talk about Rossi. Okay. He's the much needed centerman. And there is so much to talk about on this young man. The Canucks absolutely love this guy. They not only need him, but they absolutely love him. He is phenomenal. Why is there a timer on here? Hide the timer. I don't want a timer on here. How do I do that? Timer off. There we go. Weird. Okay. So Marco Rossi, and Canucks love him. Try to make a deal. I still think hindsight 2020, now looking back at the Hughes deal and all that stuff, we should have just traded Shelov's, Ratu, and the 15th pick. But maybe that will turn out really good for us because, I mean, like, where is Ratu on this list? Right? Where is he? But anyways, maybe Ratu's just that guy will never make it in the NHL as a consistent guy. I don't know. But Rossi is the guy. He's either going to be a second line center or a first line center for us, everyone. And so Rossi has a monster, juniors year. Okay. He's got great speed. He's good on the face-offs. And today he was offensive. I thought he was going to snipe that one, hit the post. Right? So there's so much to like about this young man. And the Canucks love him for there's I know that a lot of you guys just want everyone fired. You want change owners, you want to fire the management, and I get it. But can we just be honest that Jim Rutherford is considered one of the best hockey guys in the NHL? Like, this is not a chump change management team. You might not like them. You might not like the moves they've made, but they've won a Stanley Cup in Pittsburgh. And I get it. Crosby, Malkin. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's what they did. Okay. They're regarded. They are highly respected by people. And they came to this team and were all excited and gave us a great playoffs. Okay. Gave us a great playoffs. And then everything started falling off the track. Like, the wheels started falling off, right? And so they thought they were going in this direction, and they didn't. And I get it. There's some huge things that they did that I don't like. Okay, like, I don't like the first pick, or the first round pick going to get Marcus Pettersson. Okay, I don't like that. I didn't like, now hindsight 2020. Pettersson getting $11.6 million a year. I don't like that deal at all. I was surprised that they signed Drew O'Connor right away after they traded for him. Like, there was things that I was like, things they've done, but like, these guys know. I mean, these guys are smarter than me. I think. I'm positive. And if they're not, the Canucks are going to suck. Because if you're not smarter than me, then you shouldn't have this job. But these guys know what they're doing. So. And they're trying their best. And, like, think about it. The amount of injuries that we've had, how in the world do you compete? Now, re-signing Demko, who's injury prone, I get it. You're mad about that. I understand that. But if you look at so it was so hard for Canucks fans because we had Horvat, Miller, Pettersson down the middle. Now we have one of them. And now he's out of the lineup. Heedle's out of the lineup. And Bluger's out of the lineup. Okay? And so we're talking about our fourth line centers are now playing first line minutes, and we're making small trades like Kempf, like Lucas Reichel. And next thing you know, we're trying our best to get them going. And the thought that Kempf, a fourth line, third line center at best, is going to come in and play top line minutes at center, like he's not an offensive guy. He's a defensive guy. He's a penalty kill guy. He wins faceoffs. He plays smart defensively, and he scores the odd goal. The thing is, he has not scored in Vancouver. And what do we expect? What do we expect? Like, did you really think that the Canucks, when we had all those injuries down the middle, like we're playoff contending? No, that's why we're bottom of the barrel right now. It's been super, super disappointing. But Rossi, the addition of Rossi, is much needed. You might not like his size, but you're going to like his skill set, and you're going to like his speed. I think that's good. That should be good. This team is better now than it was before when he was traded. We got 3 guys who are playing right now for 1. But then it goes back to the big question that we have today is, are you afraid of the Canucks are going to end up in the mushy middle instead of getting a top 5 draft pick? And that's a legitimate concern, right? Let's go to this. Okay, so let's just talk quickly about the game because I felt like I went on a very, very long rant on there. But that was fun. Okay, so the recap. Demko makes 25 saves in a victory. Rossi, Ogren also played first game. What? What the heck? Oh, because Buium has goal, assist, and debut. Canucks edge Devils. Okay. I mean, the DeBrusk goal, this was... Here's Buium right here, passes over to DeBrusk, go over to Garland. And how did Buium get an assist on that goal? That's weird. Okay, look at this again, okay? So Buium starts with it, passes it over to DeBrusk. Okay? Then DeBrusk passes it to Garland. Okay, that means... Right now, Buium doesn't get the assist, everyone. And then unless it looks like to me that oh my goodness, maybe he didn't get an assist. Okay. Am I crazy here? Have I lost my marbles? Passes across. He touches the puck, gets it here. Yeah. This is goal and assist to Garland. That's nuts. How did they give it to him? Did he not touch it? It looked like he touched it to me. And then this one is Garland over to Buium and off of him and scores. By the way, Luke Hughes scored. That was. I feel like I'm just like totally mesmerized by that assist that he didn't get. I hope they keep it because I got him and I just picked him in my hockey pool. So we get outshot 26-15. We've been outshooting people lately, guys. We've been outshooting people, outshooting people and losing games. So apparently we need to not do that. Okay. That's apparently what we need to do. But here we are. They beat us in faceoffs by 2. We score 2 out of 3 power plays. They don't score on the power play at all, which is great news for us. We out-hit them by 4. We block 5 more shots, and they had 6 more giveaways, and we had tied on the takeaways. And Vancouver ends up winning this. And then the next game we play them is January 23rd in Vancouver. That's where we're at. Okay, I feel like I just need to I need to go into the comments and just talk to people here because maybe I'm totally wrong about this. Let me just hit the promo and then we'll dive right in. Okay. So glad you're here. I'll get into your comments right away. Okay, did anyone else see that is there? I'm just looking through some of the comments here. Should move this over so it doesn't look so obvious. Yeah, none of you just commented on that, so it doesn't look like he got one from me. Okay, we're going up here. Booyah on Buium. Okay, booyah on Buium. Rod is in the building. And Minneapolis weather, he's got the weather down, -20, Vancouver +10. Have fun, Quinn. Justin is in building, expected this win. Devils have not been good lately. Okay, that's fair. Hans is in the building. Nice for the new additions to get an early win. First impressions are important. Still hope we finished with the top 3 pick. I agree. The only way this game would have been more perfect is that if we lost the game. You know what I mean? That's how we're at. Herbert, good to see you, man. Everyone is so bitter. It's ridiculous. What do you mean bitter? Like, I'm not bitter. I was upset. I mean, no one wants to lose Quinn. Don't get me wrong. Tyler, I might be circling back harder. Let me just bring this back here so I can, my eyes. Oh, now it went. Okay, sorry. I got to move this back there. Okay, I might be circling back harder to the Canucks than Besser in free agency. You know what, Tyler? This is the thing. They're winning this over, and it's been game 1, right? Mark is in the building. Afternoon, buddy. Great game, but still in 32nd. Hope Demko does not ruin Team Tank. Trade looks good, but our new D-men, Buium is looks good and only 20. Great things coming from him. Looking forward to more games with him playing. Yeah, and I mean, people are excited. Look at Kellum here, right? Devils played last night too. That's fine. Chu, you said that you missed the game. It was a good game. Just watch first period, then you don't have to watch anything else, really. Canucks Clay comes in with a donation. Thank you so much. $13.99. Wow. Thank you. Keep up the great work, brother. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. That's just a nice, generous gift. Thank you. Thank you so much, Clay. And everyone, hit the like and subscribe for Canuck Clay. He's one of, if not the best, Canucks content creator in Vancouver. So I absolutely love Clay, and not just because he gave me $13.99. Unless they ship more players out, this team isn't a top 5 in the league. And that's a great point. I do think that they're going to be I think Kane and Sherwood are still on the move. I don't know who else we want, but Rod wants McKenna. I think that would be awesome to get a guy like him. Very afraid of the mushy middle. Dell says, terrifying, actually. This team can't do nothing right. Bad win. Okay, I get it. Linden is in the building. No, we don't have the depth for 17th. What's OA? Overall? No, over. 17th, we will finish top 10. Okay, so we're not even good. I know even top 10's not good. We got to get top 5, right? Trade Demko, but I love him, but yeah, okay. And just not to Edmonton. Okay, not to Edmonton. Looking forward to watching Quinn get ragdolled in the playoffs. Good riddance. Wow. Dell, I did not see that comment coming from you, man. You okay, let's be honest. As Canuck fans, and I'm going to be cheering for Quinn. I hope the Minnesota Wild win the Stanley Cup this year. That's what I'm saying. I love Quinn Hughes. I think he did everything in his power to kick butt for us. Like, come on. Can you blame him for wanting to leave? I can't. This team is a disaster. You want to win a Stanley Cup, and you're like, your coach left. You know, you traded away Miller, and you can't stay healthy. And the management team you might not believe in. I don't know. Maybe you do believe in them. I don't know. At the end of the day, he's from the United States. He wants to play in the States. He loves playing in Canada, I'm sure. But I don't know. I'm cheering for the Wild. That's what I'm doing. Is I'm cheering for the Wild. I'm not a Wild fan, but I like Kaprizov. I like Boldy a lot. I like Zuccarello. And I like Quinn Hughes. And I like Faber. I like those guys. But I think Colorado is the clear-cut favorite right now to win the NHL, the whole Stanley Cup. That team is stacked. And Minnesota had to make that trade to kind of get there and say, we need somebody that's going to push us over the top. So we'll see. Dell says, hopefully management will trade vets soon to stop this winning. I'm with you. Unplug. Excuse me. This is exactly what I'm afraid of. They get a trade bump, do better and to do better in the standings. Don't commit to rebuild, keep all their UFAs, and end up picking 7th overall, missing on generational talent. I know. It's probably what's going to happen. By the way, everyone, I forgot to tell you this. This is kind of important, actually. If I could stop sharing and I bring this back up. Quinn Hughes jerseys are on sale. Remember I told you that they were going to JT Miller jerseys when when that trade happened, they put JT Miller jerseys up for $99. Well, I don't know why Hughes jerseys are worth more money, but you can get a blue or a black jersey right now, fully like the premium Fanatics premium, okay, they're normally $300, they're for $150. Now, I still think they should have made them for $99, okay? But look at this Pedersen, you can get this Pedersen for $300, okay? You can get the Brock Besser for $300, or you can go get a Quinn Hughes. I'm seriously, because if there's a white one, I would have already bought that. But my friends are like, why did it go to $149 instead of $200? They went at half price. I mean, it's still good. It's better than Sport Chek's blowing them out for 60% off. You know? So, that's even better. 60% off. That would be even better, wouldn't it? Maybe I should go to Sport Chek. I should get my wife's out right now. I wonder if she's gonna 60% off. Yeah, I would buy a white one for 60% off. That's what I would do. So this is 50% off. But I was looking at it, it was 100, it said 60% off on some things, but it was $187. So I think this is the better deal. Anyways. Yeah, that would be the very Canucks way to do it. That's the Canucks missing out. Good to see you, Lyndon. Good to see you. Martin says the almost Vancouver Canucks. Caskets here says Zeev, power play, game-winning goal, good start. Great start. Yeah. Hans says, don't let the haters get to you. Keep up the great work, fella. I like talking about it every once in a while. It kind of is therapeutic for me, and it makes me laugh a little bit because, like, the haters still turn into fans, Hans. Because, like, if you think about it, they watch my stuff. And they comment. I mean, there's a ton of people who are very positive on my stuff. Never comment, never hit the like. Have a subscribe. That's great, but it's hilarious. So always going to be jerks. I know. I know. It's the internet, right? So I had to prepare myself. I get it. I've got to just because I bought a microphone and a light and a camera is the same thing as they have internet and they have every right to say whatever they want. But still, some people just like, really? That's what you're going to come in and post about? Okay. Talk hockey today, and people were like, Canucks took the best trade available for Hughes. Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, Casket. Appreciate you. Take care of Z, and good luck with the rebuild. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I'm assuming this is a Minnesota Wild fan. I appreciate you. Thank you for your content and efforts, Trev. Thank you. I didn't say all that for you guys to say all these nice things, even though it is nice to hear nice things every once in a while. Burnsy says, which is Lendon says, we have gotten Faber, Boldy with Rossi, Buium, Ogren, plus no, we couldn't have. No, we could not have gotten it. It was, they didn't even want to give up Buium, but Canucks are like, if you want Quinn Hughes, we need something in return. That's young and of value. Dell says Canucks did the right thing dumping Hughes. He didn't want to sign. Much better than what Toronto got for Marner. Exactly, right? And Marner had the no trade clause. So that was the difference. They actually had a deal in place. They had a deal in place with Carolina to trade for Rantanen, and Marner shut it down with his no trade clause, everyone. The Toronto Maple Leafs would be fantastic if they would have traded Marner for Rantanen and got Marner. Traded Marner and gotten Rantanen. Think about that. All those no trade clauses are awful. Wow, my glass looks really dirty, doesn't it? It just came out of the dishwasher too. Why is this so dirty? Anyways, it's not. It's clean. I must have ADHD, right? Because it's like squirrel, right? I see something like, whoa. I hope you guys like this. By the way, I will be ending the stream at 1:20 because my Packers are playing the Broncos today, and I predicted my Packers to win, and I don't miss Packer games. So, Awaken says, okay. Burnsy, no chance. Okay, there must be Minnesota fans in here. This is awesome. I love it. Awaken, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Why would we? Why would you what? I don't know. Roberto is saying that we got a big steal for the Canucks. Buium has size and can defend, and he hit the net and can hit the net. I mean, and when he doesn't hit the net, he scores. So, but here, if you think about it, he's a little bit bigger than Quinn Hughes, right? But I don't know. We cheering for Boston tonight or what? Hopefully they flounder and our pick position. Listen. The Minnesota Wild's pick is going to be in the 20s minimum for us. Okay? I'm not cheering for Boston. I'm cheering for Quinn Hughes and the Wild. I don't care. Zeev, the Shark, Buium. Okay? Casket, not like Minnesota has won anything in their history, even as the North Stars, right? It worked on NHL 25. The salary cap, I got Boldy, Faber, Buium, Rossi, Ogren, plus 2 first-rounders straight up for Hughes. That's insane. It's fantasy versus real life. Hands, don't do that. I'm a Wild fan. I'm cheering for the Canucks now. Hey, there you go. You and I, we're cheering for each other's teams, okay? Hey, Trev, we know that you are not an expert. This is just the toy department in life. No problem. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Mike says Olgren caught up to the speed of an NHL game for the last 3 games he played for Minnesota. If he gets at least third-line minutes, you'll know what you have by the end of the season. I appreciate that comment. Absolutely appreciate it. Okay. Dreamer, woo, they won. Maybe Biexo's right. Biex said Buium will make us forget about Hughes. You're never going to forget about Hughes. Come on. Govin said, I hope that the Canucks still tank, and I wouldn't mind seeing the occasional win from the Canucks with the young Canucks prospect playing good. That's the thing about having a young team, right? There's not consistency yet, right? Steve is better than you saw today. I wish we didn't trade him, Todd says. Okay, I appreciate that. There will never be another Quinn Hughes again. I agree. But maybe Buium is close. Finally, nice to see playing time getting distributed amongst defensemen instead of a tired Hughes playing half the game. Oh, man, Del, you not happy with Hughes, huh? I loved watching Hughes every second. Wayne, I hope that helps all the angry Canuck fans calm down a little bit. And maybe enjoy their team again. That's fair. Did we get a gem and Zeev Buium? He is 6 years younger than Quinn Hughes. That's huge, man. And way cheaper. Don't want to fire management anymore. That's what Dreamer says. Rossi's better than Heedle. Rod says, Buium does have more size. Yeah. We have a record number of Swedes on this team. Ogren adds to the list. Some Canadians, please. Okay. And maybe we trade. I mean, isn't Sherwood and what are we going to get for Sherwood and Kane anyways? Like, are we just going to get picks? We're going to go get prospects? I don't know. McKenna is from Whitehorse. I like that. Like that. Right? He wants him. Kane cleaned up so far. Hasn't got bad penalty yet. Kelly, you're right. Yes, Buium is a stud. Probably end up in the mushy middle, Dreamer says. Dell says Alvin clinched the deal when Olgren was thrown in. I love it. Dell, I really enjoyed meeting you, man, live. That was fun. I really enjoyed my time with you. Buium has 1.19 point per game at NCAA in his draft year. Yeah. McCarr ahead in his draft plus 1 year. Okay, yeah. See, I know. I had. Kelly says I was 43% concerned that Hughes was leaving. I like that. I wanted Rossi. Should have got him this summer. Glad we have him. Okay. Who will be the next captain or just finish the year? I wouldn't be surprised if they just finish the year without one. But if I was going to give it to one, I would probably give it to Besser or Garland. Green, you were right. You like this trade. I'm glad you're here. Canucks streaking to the playoffs, wild card for the late draft. Oh, that would be crazy. Quality over quantity for the Canucks. I appreciate that. Well, it wouldn't have been quantity over quality because we gave away the best player and got 3. Anyways, Luke Hughes looked good out there. Was flying. I agree, Peter. I still think Canucks will finish last or close to the bottom. I mean, he just turned 20. Buium was the big factor today. Looking forward to seeing more from him. 2 points in his inaugural debut was awesome for sure. Beer Baron is here. What's up, guys? Zeev, only 20, lots of promise. Do you think Canuck fans will boo when Quinn is back? No, I don't think they will. Quinn is a generational talent. Absolutely. Losing Quinn Hughes was tough, but we needed help. Okay, I'm at the last minute before I got to go here. But official, Elias, YouTube. Canucks need to make some lineup changes. Well, we won today. Quinn was my favorite Canuck, Roy says, but I can't root for him anymore. I'm doing it. I'm going to wear his jersey while I watch the game today. Okay. For us, I want younger players. Yeah, that's what we got. We got one younger players, right? Minnesota is as much of a disaster. Look at their centers are bad, but I think they're better overall as a team. Kelly Kempner taking a walk on the wild side. Yeah, exactly. Why not? Winning once in a while is okay. We're still last, Chris says. Thank you, Chris. Okay. Carlos says, I'm not afraid that the Canucks don't get a top 5 pick. That is guaranteed now with Rossi and Petey as their number 1, 2. I want to see they'll be lucky to get a top 10 pick now. Okay. It's the same strategy. Ryan says Demko won't move. Medvedev will be his apprentice. And that might be in 3 years from now, right? Japan 4. Then you're okay with us getting the 32nd pick in the draft? Yes. Yes, I am. Because in my opinion, what's the difference between the 25th pick and the 32nd pick? There's nothing come on, Japan 4. I'm totally okay with that. By the way, 222 people on the stream today. This is awesome. So many Hughes jerseys on Facebook Marketplace. Oh, that's another place I should go on. Wouldn't it be ironic if the Canucks turned things around and made the playoffs and Sherwood stays and the Canucks meet the Wild in the playoffs? That would be awesome. Now, this is my brothers and I were talking about this. Buium jersey is now going to be hitting the stands. That I wouldn't be upset if you did that. No, not at all. Green says we're still going to sell off more players. The changes ain't done. I agree. My buddy bought a Hughes jersey black skate for $99. From where? From where, Mike? Let me know. Now, is it a knockoff or is it the real thing? Because these Van Base ones are real, man. These are the real deal. These are the real deal. Okay. I'm surprised Höglander wasn't injured for that. Was injured for that long. I agree. Jetterland says, do you still want Hughes? Yes, I love Quinn Hughes. I never, ever, ever wanted to trade him. Do you think we should keep EP40? Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, it depends. I would trade EP40 if it was the right deal. Is the right deal. He's a talented player, guys. Like, he's good defensively. I like Hughes. I like Pettersson for some things, but it depends. It depends. I mean, if you want to give me Brady Tkachuk instead of him, done deal. Done deal. I wouldn't even think about it twice. I would be like, traded. Like, there's guys that I would trade for him, but I think we got him and we're going to be good. Gather as many picks as possible, especially first, and guarantee a top 3 pick, even if you need to trade for it. Okay, I'm okay with that. KG says Petey's going to stay. I agree. Huggy Bear will leave Minnesota for nothing next year. That's very possible. I know Wild fans, you don't want to hear that. I still don't see the Wild realistically winning a cup in the next 2 seasons, but who knows? We'll see. Can we get EP40 to waive his no movement clause? No, you can't. I mean, yeah, you can. He can just agree to it. So Boxing says winning is losing at this point. Would be better off with the number 1 pick. I'm not hating. I just keeping it real. You're right. You're 100% right. Dell says, hey, Trev, there are many superstar players that stick with their teams through thick and thin. Not sure why you're defending Quinn. Were you mad that Matthew Tkachuk went from Calgary to Florida and won a cup? Do you think Flames fans hate him? Or were they cheering for Florida? I think they were cheering for Florida, Dell. Like, why do you have to hate everyone? Because like, oh, he doesn't want to be in Vancouver anymore. Why would he want to be in Vancouver? I don't understand. Why is this a bad thing? Because hey, I don't see the direction of the team going in the right direction. And then in my career, I want to win a Stanley Cup. So I am not going to stay here. I would rather play with my brothers. If I'm not going to win a cup, I'd rather play with my brothers, and I'd rather try to win with my brothers. And if not, you know what? I'll try with another team, and he's going to give 100%. He wants to win. He wants to win the Olympic gold. He wants to win the 4 nations. He wants to win all of it, right? He wants to be a winner. He's a competitor. I have no problem that he wants to win. Petey, Rossi, McKenna, Coots down the middle. No, McKenna is a left winger, but it's sexy if he plays center. We loved Z and Minnie. He'll develop. Yeah, Ice, you're right. Hey, Jaden, good to see you. Yeah, he helped with both goals tonight. It was awesome. Hughes will always have a soft spot for true Canuck fans. At the end of the day, it's business. It is a business. I'm sure when it's all said and done, 15 years from now, he'll get a warm welcome. I don't even think 15 years from now. And his number might go on the rafters. Who knows? Rutherford is crafty, sneaky, smart, old fart. Okay, Packers game is on right now. I have to go. But there's so many awesome people in here. All these new people. Good. Welcome. Yeah, I'll like them. I like both of those guys already. Kevin says, I'm worried that our first overall pick is going to drop. Yes, I know. Can we get draft picks in the first for Garland and Sherwood? I don't know. I don't think anyone's going to give us a first round pick for Kiefer Sherwood, right? So, Minnesota fan here. You did really good on this one. Thank you. Thank you. She Loves Blue Attire yesterday. Sharks feasted on him. Thor Ragnar says, I like the wild uniform. Would not mind getting a Z Buium shirt. Actually, that's a good idea right there. Buium, Minnesota Wild. Would be dirt cheap right now. Okay, think we should get first picks. Okay, I've got to go, but there's so many awesome people in here. We'll be like Darlene and Pedersen. Okay. Canadian Silver Daddy says the consistent thing over the years is owner is not much so much management. JR is good and objective and tells it like it is. I love get him from there. Meeting you was necessary, Trev. I had to say Grogu from further humiliation. He was compared to Tarasenko, Eriksson Ek pre-draft. He has potential of 20 to 30 winger, but not an elite star. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just seeing Petey can channel Datsuk. He's 18 pounds heavier, and he's rounding back into form. Listen. I'm with you. If he turns it into anything like Datsuk, it's a huge win. But I think Datsuk was twice the player that Pedersen is, or at least 50%. Like Datsuk was deadly. You know what I mean? Okay. New Jersey could pay the bag for Quinn, and we would welcome picks and bodies from him if that's the case. Yeah, I mean, you might at the end of the trade deadline next year is trade him to New Jersey and get something for him, honestly. But why would they do that? No updates on Teddy Bluger. Marcus, listen, your Broncos versus my Packers is on right now. Rossi is too good. He's not afraid to go to the net for a small guy. You guys will love him. I think I'm going to like him. Chiefs were eliminated? I haven't seen anything on the NFL today because I've been watching this hockey game this morning. The rebuild has begun. It has, Peter. You think they will tank or come back? I think they're still going to tank. And Olgren is going to be good. I don't know if I hope so. Okay, everyone. The Vancouver Canucks win. That's what we're talking about. They win 2-1. Tankathon has been postponed for today. Have a great day, everyone. Of course, always, we're going to believe in blue. We're going to cheer for this team. We're going to go Canucks, go. And this afternoon, please cheer for my Packers. Go, Pack, go.